Okay, hello, welcome back. We're going to do another old school review. As you probably or may not know, I do happen to like Squirrel Girl. You can tell by this is my phone case, Squirrel Girl. This is my pillowcase, Squirrel Girl. So, I do happen to like her, and they recently put out a couple of young adult novels on Squirrel Girl. So this video is going to be a quick little review of the two novels they did, and uh, slightly interesting little conspiracy theory almost type things that have come out of the two novels. So we'll start with this. This is the Squirrel Girl, Squirrel Meets World. This is the first one in the series. I don't have the actual book for the second one in the series, but I have it on my phone, so let's see if I can get... Ah. Yep, that's second book in the series. Too Fuzzy, Too Furious. Okay, there we go. We got a good focus on it there. So, yep, those are the two books in the series. They're both very, very good. Highly recommend both of them. They are young adult novels, and I do like a lot of young adult novels. Problem is, in recent years, they haven't young adult novels. There's been a falling out with the majority of young adult novels. They still make some pretty good ones. I'm young adult, by young adult I'm meaning the age group between 10 and 18, around there. There's a couple good series. The Janitor series is really good, and the Michael Vey series are both really good that have come out in the last few years. But a lot of them have just really failed. They're just not that good. Either they're so full of emotional angst, which, yeah, being a teenager has a lot of angst, but it has a lot of other stuff in it as well. It's not the only thing. Or they're just really awkward, and I think cringeworthy was a terminology I've heard applied to it. And some are really like that. These books, though, Squirrel Girl, no, they're very good. They're very fun books to read. Make for an enjoyable read. So, just quick, the storyline is it's a retelling, a reimagining, I think it would be a better word, of the origins of Squirrel Girl. So she's 14 years old and just entering ninth grade, but her family's just moved to New Jersey, and she's basically just trying to get used to it and function in middle school, which really is hard. And as her family's adjusting to it, and she's adjusting to middle school. She's discovering her powers, discovering all the superhero stuff. There is some angst, but it feels more real. It's not her sole concern, and you really get a good chunk of who she is and how she thinks and how she reacts to it. And also for comic book fans such as myself, there's a lot of comic book action and fun stuff like that. The second book, Too Fuzzy, Too Furious, takes place about a month later when she's more established as a superhero. In the first book, it's her becoming, moving from being Dorian Green to being Squirrel Girl. Second book is her more or less established as Squirrel Girl, but still trying to maintain it and get good balance in her life and stuff like that. Both books feel very realistic, very true to the characters, and so I heartily recommend both of them for anybody who wants to read basically anybody who wants to read about a Squirrel Girl or just wants to read a young adult novel that's actually worth reading. Excuse me. But I did mention some conspiracy theories involved in both those, so I'll mention them briefly. So the first one, it actually makes me think that Squirrel Girl's more powerful than you would think, or could be more powerful. She's pretty much never been beaten, and she's taken on some really tough guys in the comic books. Thanos, Galactus, a lot of those really tough guys she's taken on and beaten. So she's already pretty tough, but so I'm basing it. There's a sequence in both books where the names of squirrels are given, about 100 each, and it's more like an amusing thing where you read it and you kind of laugh at the names. But occasionally some of the names imply that squirrels know a lot more about what's going on and secrets in the world than we give them credit for. one of the squirrels' name was Peeper Parkour, or the Spectacular Spider Squirrel, which implies that he knows Peter Parker's secret identity as Spider-Man. So, and the reason I think this sort of thing makes her more powerful is, wait, if squirrels have access enough to that information, enough so that they can name their offspring superhero names, essentially, then yeah, she probably has access to pretty much any information or intel in the world. Squirrels can get everywhere, and she could, conceivably find out anything about anybody in the Marvel Universe. So, so it makes her a lot more powerful. So the slightly conspiracy theory there. The second one is really kind of interesting. So at one point in the first book, she calls up. She's trying to get a hold of other superheroes to get, basically to find out how she should proceed. And one of the superheroes she contacts is the Winter Soldier. And he pretty much tells her, just give me the coordinates and then, erase your identity, burn your fingerprints off, destroy the cell phone, dissolve the cell phone in acid, all these really funny things that she's supposed to do. But one of the things he told her to do was change her name to Gladys or Yolanda, is what he said. And later somebody said, did he tell you to change your name to Yvette? So, but change your name to something that begins with a Y. So, yeah, just it's a humorous thing. But in the second book, second book involves a mall that may or may not be evil. And for the most part, most people are being like a little positive or asking small questions. But there are people, there's like this online conversations going on. And yeah, some are positive, some are questioning things here and there. But the only people who are absolutely against this mall going up are people that have a Y in their name, like Yolanda and Yvette. So, it makes me wonder, did the Winter Soldier, did he have a lot of spare time and go online and say, no, this mall is evil? Or did people he gave advice to, recognize that the mall was evil and go online as Yolanda or Yvette to do that? Really makes me wonder. Personally, I think the Winter Soldier had way too much time on his hands one day. So anyway, those are the minor conspiracy theories that came out of the Squirrel Girl novels. I recommend you read them. They're a lot of fun. I like Squirrel Girl because really she makes me laugh. I find it funny and enjoyable to read. So anyway, those a quick review of those two books and a couple conspiracy theories thrown in just for the fun of it. Anyway, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.